Hello, and welcome to the official Those People podcast. I'm MasonINK, also known as Mason, and today I'm joined by Mizichii, also known as Miz.
Hi, it's only me.
It's only us, but this is quite the chaotic duo never before seen on the podcast, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so we got a very special episode cooked up for you all today. Isn't that right, Miz?
This is a huge occasion.
This is
I'm
massive.
actively celebrating. There's confetti everywhere.
Yep. We're gonna have the people that didn't show up to record clean all that up though, so it's okay.
Yeah. That's what they get for not coming to record.
Yeah.
Sleeping and stuff. Who the fuck does that?
Uh-huh. Okay, sorry. I just found something crazy, but we'll look at that later. Okay, so today we are going to be reading. We're going to be reading. What are we reading, Miz? Would you like to read out the title for us in full?
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah.
We're reading the critically acclaimed Wattpad story, My Path to Becoming the World's #1 Hero, a My Hero Academia fanfiction.
Mm-hmm. This is by Fiction Friends, which we have referenced in the friend dub once or twice. We enjoy this story quite a bit. So we're going to read it today. And I'm looking, because I was going to read the little description before we got into the first chapter. But I noticed there's a tab here that I think auto-filled some of the things, which is cool. We'll look at that in a second. But I will read the quick description here. This is a My Hero Academia fanfiction with original characters. If you don't like, don't read. It takes place 1 year after Deku's first year, meaning that Deku is 1 year older than this class. Any similarities of my characters to other people or influential figures is purely coincidence. Anyway, I hope you enjoy my story. And then keyboard smash.
Mm-hmm.
We will be reading out as much of the grammatical errors as possible because that's what what the author intended, right?
Of course.
Now let's look at the story notes here. Something that is new to Wattpad, and I guess like auto fills in. So, the protagonist's name, Vince Sasuke. Other names for protagonist, hero name Wall Titanium. Protagonist pronouns, he. Protagonist attributes, nerd, unpopular, friendly, educated, white skin tone. White skin tone. I have not seen these, so these are very funny. There's a little scale here. He's very introverted. He's somehow in between likable and unlikable. We'll see how that holds up. Focus on patterns in the past. Focus on the future possibilities. More to the past. Uses mind and logic a little bit more than uses heart and emotion. Organized, decisive decision making. Improvised, open decision making. Complex and serious attitude. Positive personality change.
Okay, wait, we gotta quickly, do the casting. And who's the narrator and whatnot.
I'll read, and I'll be Vince, I'll be William. You could be, I think her name was Shade. We'll just kind of go with it, you know?
Okay.
I think is the best. Or do you want to be William, actually?
I don't remember who that is.
It's the best friend.
Oh, oh shit, it's Stormin. I don't know if I can do that good.
We'll just kind of go, and you'll just claim whoever you want. Hi, I'm sorry. Chapter 1. Get ready. Chapter 1. Hi, my name is Vince Sasuke. I'm a new transfer student here at the most prestigious hero academy, UA. My quirk, parentheses, that's a unique superpower, by the way, is called Brick Wall. It makes me invincible. The only issue is that I still feel pain. But I'm coping. I have really bad eyesight, so I have to wear thick with 2 C's round glasses. I have spiky black hair with gray bangs. And it is not uncommon to see me with a band-aid on my cheek as I am constantly bullied. I'm hoping to have a better life at UA than my old school. I don't like talking about it. It was a rough patch of Y life. You see, that's when my mom died. She died to a villain attack, which is what inspired me to pursue hero life. I don't want what happened to her happen to anyone else. Oh, and my dad? He left T when I was a young lad. My mother never spoke of him. Anyway, enough about me. Let's get to the story, shall we? So I'm walking to UA with me childhood friend, William Sakura. Because of his quirk, he's built different. He's large. You could say he has the build of a typical high school jock. Large muscles and wide shoulders. Although he isn't much of a looker. His quirk is called Lime Ape, so he has a lot of shaggy hair all over him. Slicked back mullet, mutton chops, and a wispy sort of a beard. His arms are also very visibly hairy. But where does the lime part come from, you may be asking? Well, the hair is all neon green. Along his school uniform, he is also wearing his signature black beanie and yellow sweatbands. His bean Aslo has multiple oins that he got from hero conventions. See, he always adored heroes and wanted BB on ever since he saw that All Might video. You know, the really famous one where he's demolition a building and sassing 17 people at the summit time.
Wow.
Oh. Oh.
You're a trooper for that.
It's a lot. Alright, am I William or are you?
I'll be William, but I'm just gonna talk in my normal voice because I don't care.
Are you sure you don't want to do it? You don't want to do a silly, deeper voice?
I don't think my voice is capable of that, Mason.
Try it out, actually. Take it for a test drive.
Absolutely not.
Not bad.
Anyways, you nervous?
Said William. Of course I am, I said. We're going to U-freaking-A for crying out loud.
Wait, do I do the anime voice for him?
Do you want to wait? Hold
hard.
on. Do we want to switch so you're Vince Sasuke and I'm William? So you can do the voice.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, we'll restart. We'll go. All right. You nervous? Asked William, or said William.
Of course I am.
I said.
We're going to U-freaking-A for crying out loud.
It's not that bad. William scoffed. He may be my best friend, but he is very carefree when it comes to just about everything. Although he can never back you down from a challenge. And sorry, the writing is crazy. An admirable characteristic, but is also a bit worrying.
Easy for you to say. You weren't constantly bullied.
I said. Well, whatever. Look. William pointed to the horizon.
Wow. Sorry, I don't know.
Wow. I sighed. UA was just ahead. It was so big and shiny. I dreamt of going here, and it's finally happening. I think I almost peed a little.
I can't believe...
A blur swooshed by me, almost knowing me down. I looked up at the perpetrator, and I see a woman with black wings soar low.
Okay, who's gonna be...
Do you want to be her? Just do like a emo voice.
Sure. Okay. What's an emo voice?
What you're doing now, that works. Just that deeper.
Okay, cool.
Tired.
Fuck. Look alive, Four Eyes.
She shouted back at me. Hey! William shouted angrily. Watch where you're flying? I don't know. He turns to me. Are you good, Vinny?
Yeah, I'm good. And I thought I asked you not to call me Vinny. We're in the big leagues now, man. I don't want everyone calling me that, you know?
I think that might be how you spell leagues.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I think not America, I think English is just a dumb language, is what you ran into there.
My bad.
Yeah, sorry, William whispers. He averts his gaze to an obnoxious group of students to our right, on the other side of the road, a little bit behind us. Yo, take a look at that dude. I look, and in front of all of the troublemakers is an edgy man with messy, spiky, blick hair. His eyes bore straight ahead of him. Determined.
You, straight, you didn't pronounce that right.
Wait. What? What did I not pronounce right?
Straight is spelled straight. It's spelled wrong, and you didn't
Straight?
pronounce it wrong.
Wait, is that not how it's spelled?
No, it has an A before the I think.
Will that change it at all?
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway, we'll move on.
Oh, it's me.
Yeah.
Yeesh.
I say.
I don't want to mess with that guy.
William shrugs. Check it. We're here, William said. Or, sea-eyed.
Sea-eyed.
Oh, we're in, I see. That is the end of chapter 1. How do we feel about, How do we feel about chapter 1?
I think it really introduces what will soon be a lovable cast.
Yeah, I really think it does a good job setting up how, the characters kind of feel, like how their personalities work off each other. At least with the main two.
I dare say that it's better than the actual show.
Yeah, I think there's a lot more going on for William and Vince compared to, Deku and Ida, I suppose. Because it's not really a Bakugo situation. I guess it would be more like Ida.
Kind of like a weird... Oh, wow, it is fucking pouring out, Jesus. Sorry, I got distracted.
Rain when it happens.
It's loud, dude. Can you hear it?
No, thankfully.
Okay, thank God.
We'd be kind of screwed if we could hear that.
That would fucking suck. Anyways. Chapter 2.
Chapter 2. Would you like to be this guy or no?
No, this is meant for you.
Okay.
I think.
Alright. Chapter 2. Alright! President Mike shouts to the group of students before him. Welcome to your first and potential last day at UA.
What?
I whisper shout to William. We exchange worried glances. You are all picked out based on your astounding potential. Bite, do you have what it takes to keep your position here? We'll find out after the entry exams. present Mike scenes. I feel my breakfast sink in my stomach. I had totally forgot about entrance exams entirely. I hadn't prepped or trained in the slightest. I looked around wildly to see if anyone else was just as shocked, but to no avail. Students, if you please follow me! One. I get shoved the crowd into the inner gates as they slam behind us. ... Oh, okay. This is a little like POV change or kind of like scene change too. Yeah.
Specify it. That's crazy.
Yeah. That's what the dot. No, that's what the ... means. It's kind of like a writing trait of this author.
Okay, so since this is the POV of this guy and you're gonna voice this guy, should I do the narration? So it makes no sense.
Yeah, that makes sure.
Awesome.
What an energetic group of students.
The man thought.
I wonder who'll die first.
He smiled, mimicking the one knee on his big white mask. He jumped on the rooftop next to... Hold on. Whoa. Next to the one he was watching from. He grabs his walkie-talkie from his chest belt and puts to his mont.
You're up, my G. Arr!
Here's a laugh from the other side in reaction to the funny noise he made. Hee hee.
Seriously, though, don't mess this up. Smile. Perspective change back. ...
I think I'm gonna vom.
I said after tying my show lasers. I don't know. We were instructed to put on the blue gym uniforms. William pats me on the back. It almost knocks me over due to his massive and strong hands. You'll do fine. It's the same as it always is, yeah? William said encouragingly. I nod, I guess. So then you'll know what to expect. Besides, you can easily surpass whatever's going on with that guy. He points to a short kid with a pufferfish for a head. He turned to us with his cold, dead eyes. He moans. I think that's the only sound he can muster at all times. I shake my head.
That's what I am worried about, though.
I said.
My quirk isn't good for fighting.
William thinks for a moment and nods. That is true, said William. But your quirk allows you to go further to nan everyone else. I stared, dumbfounded. He gives me a thumbs up. Plus ultra, right? Sorry. Excuse me. It just brings me to tears every time. Plus ultra, right? We'll be accepted for sure. Together. Tears well up my big punchable face. But before I could say anything, a siren rings and we are flooded outside ounce more. Okay, students, it is time for the entrance exams. It's make it or break it. Present Michael shouts enthusiastically. That is crazy spelling. Today, you'll be racing for points. There are 3 different robots to break, each with varying difficulty and point pools. He breakdances swiftly on the raised platform. Can you get... Sorry, I just thought about him breakdancing. Can you get enough points, or will you be humiliated thoroughly by sheer embarrassment and haunting memories? I gulp as the words echo in our skulls. Well, good luck! He opens the gate to the large fake town. Everyone rushes forward, trying to get a leg up in the competition. Some fly, some disappear, some go "ah," and I freeze up. I stutter. A green arm grabs my leg, and I'm thrusted forward. William is running, using his free hand like a gorilla, and is dragging me along. Come on, Vinny! We don't want to lose this early, do we? William shouts at me. As we dart forward, I scream as we plunge into the crowd. End of chapter 2.
It brings tears to my eyes.
I mean, the description kind of made it sound like they were gonna just do only OCs, but they are bringing back some familiar characters like Present Mike. So I think we are just kind of using. It looks like we're just using like staff members of the facility. Like we're not gonna. I doubt we're gonna see like Bakugo, you know, but we are gonna see some other familiar faces like Present Mike, and I think that's kind of cool. A little place to ground, you know, My Hero fans to this new cast of characters.
Yeah, the writer really just expertly crafted this, and you can tell how much love and care was put into it with how many spelling mistakes it has.
It just shows to me that they were just so excited to get this out that they kind of stumbled on their keyboard a little bit, and they didn't need to double check because they kind of knew that passion kind of added to it.
Yeah. You know, I dare say that it's art that rivals Picasso.
I agree. I need to do something real quick, so I think you should continue to analyze this piece further for me. Thank you.
On my own? Okay. Shit. I'm not good without someone else to bounce off of. I can't do something by myself. Am I even funny? I can't be funny when I'm alone? What am I here? Anyways, I think that I think that having the POV switch to what we can presume is the villains is a very, very clever thing, because it really like lets us know right ahead that some bad shit's gonna happen, you know. And I think that it you know, they should have done that in My Hero. I think been better for it. And you know, now we're ready for something bad, and we're like anticipating and we're excited. When is Mason gonna come back? The dynamic between and fuck, what's his name? Vince? Fuck, I don't remember. Their dynamic really feels real, you know? It just like, I can't say another piece of media that really portrays a friendship quite like this one does, quite so really, and I think that it really adds something.
I have to agree.
Oh, you're back.
I'm back.
Did you hear all that?
No.
Oh, perfect.
I actually had to get up and do something. I just came back at a good opportune moment.
You're gonna have fun watching that back.
Oh yeah. I hope so. Continuing on. Chapter 3. Explosions rain out around me, and debris flies over my head. The chaos is all around me. Defining. We slide to a stop, and I manage to stand up. Okay, what's the plan, Vinny? William asks. I look around aimlessly, trying to assess the situation. I say, But a large robot, looms over me as I start to talk. Rah! William shouts as he puts a bulky fist through its head, destroying it. A ding is heard on our watch we were given. I got a point, William notices. But how are we going to get you some if you can't fight? I turn to the right and see a very buff man swinging the pufferfish guy at a bigger robot, blowing it up. They land next to us, and I hear 2 separate dings, and suddenly I got a bad feeling. William seemed to notice too. Looks like it's the only way, he stammered, is to use you as a weapon. I start to protest, but he stops me. If you can't fight, then this is the only way. You with me? I stare at my feetsies. I sigh.
Fine, but please...
I am suddenly swept into the air, and I am slammed into hard plastic and metal. It gives way in one foul swoop, and I am flung over William's back. I hear 2 dings. I groan.
Owie.
Hey, this works perfectly, William said. You're invincible, so this'll be easy peasy.
Easy for you to say.
I cough. I cough.
I still feel pain, you know, W.
Yeah. William grins. I'll be gentle or whatever. Oh, there! He bounds across the battlefield towards our next target. I groan loudly as I am used as a human baseball bat. POV shift. Again. ...
I read it.
Yeah.
Okay. Boom. Another bot down. Another point for Montague.
Yeah, Montague.
Oh, didn't we spell it differently in every chapter?
It's Montague, but it also switches to Montague.
Ah, I see. He sighs as he is getting bored. He's already made top of the leaderboard and it's only been 5 minutes. He's confident that if he were to sit the rest out, no one could surpass his score. No one really wants to fight the biggest robots, despite the point yield being significantly more than the littler ones. He whips his head to the side, getting his messy hair out of his eyes. Another large robot looms over him, a metallic hand swinging in a clapping motion. He scoffs as he flies upward at a blinding speed, landing on its head. He looks at his schoolmates, mentally notes the strong ones, and discards the 2 Randys being used as weapons. He gets bored of the view. It looks down at the robot's head. Blazing fire dances in his hand.
Oh, I'm gonna mess up this pronunciation.
Ooh, yeah.
What was his voice? This is like Edgeworth. Right? Moyasu!
I thought it was like Shadow the Hedgehog.
Oh, well, whenever... We tried to do a dramatic reading of this in the past, and Ellie played Montague and did an Edgeworth voice. But I can make it Shadow for this, I suppose.
I think you make it Shadow.
Moyasu!
He commands as the flame pierces the robot like an arrow. He flips it off and lands safely on the ground.
He flips off it. He doesn't flip it off.
He flips off it. Apologies.
He probably does flip it off as he flips around. Alright, back to our normal POV with another ... here. That time! Present... is that Michelle? Is that how you pronounce that one? President Michelle shouts over the alarm. Change and meet in the auditorium for the final results! The group of worn-out students follow orders and wander back to the changing room.
Oh!
I moan, rubbing my back and face. Sorry about that, William apologizes. But hey, we got a lot of points still, didn't we? He dusts himself off as we walk. I clean my glasses. Luckily they weren't broken in the fights.
I hope it's enough for your sake.
I'm so scared, William says jokingly. I look into the sky, hoping that we will have the chance to come back tomorrow. And that is chapter 3.
Wow.
Yeah, so that was chapter 3. We got to see the entrance exam. It kind of looks like we're following a very similar pacing as season 1 of My Hero for this.
Mm-hmm.
So we're seeing how we're doing the entrance exams. Not going the Deku route of getting, entry because he saved somebody, and instead kind of a loophole in the system of being used as a weapon, which kind of I think shows the main character's battle intelligence,
But I mean, this also brings up the point of, does he deserve to go to UA?
I mean, I think that's something that we'll see tested in time, because I feel like, I don't really know what the graduation rate is like at UA, but I imagine there's just some people that just don't make it, So we'll find out one way or another, I suppose.
I suppose.
Anyway, on to chapter 4 here. I nervously tap my foot on the ground for what feels like hours. Calm down, won't you? William sighed. We'll be fine. We were sitting in the auditorium, crammed together like sardines. A blank black screen is in front of us, with a little wooden pestle in front of it.
I can't, man.
I shake my head.
I just can't help it.
William shrugs and looks around and jumps. I look at Hi M, and he tilts his head to the person next to him. The scary man sits quietly, arms crossed, sunken into his seat. He's still wearing his gym uniform and is staring ferociously forward. I look at William, and we both have a silent agreement to not talk the rest of the time. Present Mitch and a man dressed in black and bandages walk into the stage. Who's he? William whispers to me.
That's Eraserhead.
I whisper back.
Sorry, it's hard to take myself seriously sometimes.
What a fantastical world this is.
He's kind of underground, so it's understandable that you don't know him.
William shrugs as Mike clears his throat, commanding our attention. Again, we thank you all for applying to our school, but only so many of you can actually attend here, he shouts. I ask that you turn your attention to the screen. If you see your name, then congratulations, you made it in. If you don't, I'm sorry, but I'll have to ask you to leave at once. He does a dramatic wave as the screen blips to life. Total silence fills the room as we scan the list of names, praying our name is on screen. No. 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 No? People sigh, scream, punch the walls as they realize they didn't make it. The room gets smaller and smaller. I still don't see my name. Last group on names, last chance. Sweat runs down my face. Yes! William pumps his big fist in the air. The edgy man nods and stands up. I'm still looking! Please, 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 please! I shoot upright in my chair. The last name on the board is... And that is the end of this chapter. Leaves you on a very... I think it leaves you on a cliffhanger for sure. But I'm personally on the edge of my seat. I don't know if you made it in or not,
Yeah, I'm shaking.
I'm positively about to fall out of my chair right now. That's how on edge I am. Especially for stories about like OCs like this. You never know what it is. Because like it might just switch. Like they set up like, Vince Sasuke is the protagonist because it kind of follows like his like first person almost. But you never know. It might just switch over to William or that edgy guy, you know? Or maybe even that pufferfish kid, who knows? That pufferfish kid, he might have got in. We don't know.
I hope it's him.
I hope so. I think he would be a pretty good protagonist. I think his quirk is pretty interesting. I mean, having a pufferfish for a head, like, how's that work, you know? What good does that do?
You could just, like, ram your face into someone and...
Yeah, if people, and, like, people...
You're on the floor dead.
If people try to eat you, like, you'll poison them fatally.
Yeah, it's kind of overpowered when you think about it. It might be better than All Might's quirk.
I think Shigaraki would lose to this guy as he is now.
Yeah.
What is it called whenever, like, the quirks, like, evolve later in seasons? Is that quirk evolution, or is that ascension, or what?
I never got that far in the anime.
I forget what it's called. Because ascension is devil fruits in One Piece, so I don't think it's the same. I don't know.
It might just be quirk evolution.
Yeah. Imagine what his quirk evolution would even be, you know? Like, if Shigaraki's thing is that he can, like, disintegrate people without having to touch them, as long as he got chained together thing. Imagine what this kid could do, you know? He could kill the world.
I think that he's gonna be the next top, like, the villain that ends it all, you know? He could beat All Might.
I think he could beat All Might. I think he could beat All for One. He could beat Shigaraki. He could beat Dobby. He could beat Endeavor. I don't know if there's anyone.
Yeah, he loses.
I think Vince Sasuke might be the only person that can win because he is invincible. Like, literally, that's his only thing. He might be out of commission because, like, pain, but he wouldn't die. All Might, he doesn't got no poison protection, you know? He probably would die. But we're getting off topic.
Sad. Sorry, I'm very passionate about the pufferfish guy.
I'm also very passionate about this story, honestly. So let's continue, shall we? With chapter 5. Let's get to the end of that cliffhanger, why don't we? Right there, at the very bottom of the screen, 1 point away from failing. Sasuke, Vince.
Holy fucking shit.
This is, like, ethereal.
This is huge.
Honestly. Like, this is probably the greatest payoff to anything ever in story writing ever, I think.
Yeah, I've never felt this much relief in my life.
Like, I'm honestly impressed that we kept talking about whatever else for this long, because I can now rest back in my seat comfortably, you know, the weight of the world off my shoulders, knowing that he made it in.
Oh, man,
but we're doing it again. We should get back to it. I take off my glasses and wipe the tears from my eyes. William gives me a pat on the back and a thumbs up. "We did it!" he says. I nodded vigorously. I can't believe it. I'm finally gonna become a real hero. Alrighty then, President Mike yells. Now we will assign you to your homeroom, teacher, and take you to your new classrooms. He explains that every group of names are color-coded, and the teacher holding that color card is your teacher. Everyone starts wandering towards their respective teacher.
Oh, I forgot who I am. Sorry. Oopsie. Let's see. Green is...
I scanned the colored cards and the teachers are holding.
There.
I point to a very tired and possibly drunk middle-aged man. He has messy combed back brown hair and large ram horns curling out the side of his head. Yeesh, said William, and I thought I looked bad. We walked over to it and stand behind a short girl with black wings. Do you want to be him or do you want me to be?
You go ahead.
Okay, you brats, the man said groggily. Follow me, or don't. I don't care. The students exchange nervous glances as we follow hesitantly. So I guess I gotta introduce myself, he managed. I'm Jebediah Bossman, otherwise known as Alcoholic Man. Despite my constant nagging, they won't let me rebrand. William looks at me, desperate for answers. Sadly, I had nothing for him. We are led to our classroom, 1C, and we find our seats as Jebediah crashes into his desk. Fuck! He said earnestly. He grips the table's edge and his temple. He seems to be experiencing a hangover. I take my seat next to William in the middle row. The chick with the wings sits to my left, and, to my dismay, the scary man sits right behind me. Gulp. The teacher chugs a bottle of water, then bites the plastic and chews, swallows, and tosses the rest at the pufferfish kid. The kid protests. I can't fucking understand you. Jebediah spats. Shut up, all of you! He sighs and straightens his tie. He clears his throat and apologizes. Okay, welcome to UA. Here you'll learn to become a real hero, like me. No one cheers or claps. Damn kids not knowing the real ones. He whispers, defeated. He shakes his head and forgets it. And regrets it. My bad. Love her, love him, or regret him. Have you seen that screenshot?
Yeah.
I told Ellie about that screenshot a while back, and she just had no idea what I was talking about.
Doesn't get it, I fear.
Kids these days.
Kids these days. Not knowing the real ones.
Not knowing the real ones. Today though we will get to know each other or some bullshit. Then lunch, and lastly we'll move you into your dorms. I had forgotten about the dorm situation. Last year, the 1A students got attacked by baddies so much that they made dorms for the students to reside safely while they go to school. So stand up and say one thing about ourselves. Yay! Jebediah says sarcastically. Or my bad, sarcastically. He slumps into his seat and points to the first row. You first. The pufferfish kid stands up. Ow! He moans and sits back down. This is gonna be an awful year. Jebediah sighs, grabbing another empty water bottle. That is the end of chapter 5. It is. Even it does show that we're getting a new teacher. You know, it's not all the same staff members. You know, we do get to see some other lesser known heroes in this continuity, you know.
Yeah.
It's also nice seeing that they did take into account some of what has happened in the, you know, current My Hero continuity, since it does take place a year after the events of My Hero. So they do recognize the dorm situation from, is that season 3, I believe? Season 3.
It was season... Yeah, probably season 3, because I've seen that.
Yeah. Anyway. How are we doing on time? Ooh, we can do 1 or 2 more chapters.
Oh,
lucky us. Alright, class introduction time. Chapter 6. Yo, my name's William Sakura, William says nonchalantly. And, if you make fun of me, you'll see the end of my big green fist, eh? I love that gusto, Jebediah comments. Next! It's my turn. I stand up, fiddling with my tie.
Hi. Sorry.
It's okay.
Fuck. Hi, I'm Vince Sasuke, and
I stammered.
stammered in the fucking narration. And I want to be the world's #1 hero.
You sold that. You sold that so hard. Some snicker and giggle at me. I turn beet red and fall back into my chair. William looks at me, my mistake. William looks at the meanies and growls. The laughing ceases.
I'm Shade Minato.
Minato? Wait, what?
Shit.
What might? Because all the other ones are like names of Naruto characters. So who's Minato in Naruto?
I have no
Because it's
fucking clue.
Naruto Uzumaki, Sasuke Uchiha. Is it Sakura Minato? That must be it. Huh.
Must be.
Persona 3.
I was about to say Persona 3.
The goth chick with the wings said.
And no, you may not touch my wings.
She pops She pops gum into her mouth and sits back down. She's kind of cute. Hey! Jebediah yells. No gum in my classroom! Shade blows and pops a bubble.
It ain't your room, bitch. Wait.
Yeah.
It ain't in your room, bitch. It's in my mouth.
She snaps. Fair enough, Vasil, fuck you. Jebediah retorts. Another kid stands up, says his words, then sits back down. The edgy guy doesn't even stand when he speaks. I'm Montague Uzumaki, he said angrily. I don't like anything except crushing my enemies. As for my goals, well, I wouldn't call them goals. I'd call them an inevitability. I will become the world's best hero, no question about it. He flips his hair to signal the next person to go. The rest of the students do their thing, but I couldn't focus on them. All I could feel is the burning gaze of Montague drilling into the back of my head. All right, then, Jebediah says after everyone is done introducing themselves. Not quite what I had in mind, but who actually cares? Lunch will happen soon anyways, and I can finally sleep this migraine off anyway. So until the bell rings, you're free to talk amongst yourselves or whatever. I turn to William.
Is he looking at me? He's right behind me, isn't he?
William looks at Montague. Oh yeah, definitely. Hey, kid! Montague growls.
Eep? Fuck, I don't know.
Eep? I turn around.
Hi, what's up, dude?
You also want to be the #1 hero. Did I hear that right? He grins.
Well, yeah.
I stammer.
Doesn't everyone want to?
He laughs and shakes his head. What's it to you, bedhead? William interjects. You have a problem with him having his own dream? He's mad, and I don't know what'll happen if it keeps going. Oh, sure, Montague says. He can dream all he wants. I just want him to know his place is all. Huh. Go his place. That's funny. William huffs. You want me to escort you to yours? I realize how angry he's getting and try to tell him to cut it out with my hands. He doesn't care. Hey, why don't you shut it, Deku? Montague snaps. William raises an eyebrow. Oh, my mistake. I should have figured your ape brain was too small to know what that means. Deku means useless. That's you. He did it. Montague is in rage mode now. He cracks his knuckles and is about to speak, but...
You all are losers, you know that?
The three of us whip our heads to the source of the voice. Pop.
You're all being a disturbance, so kindly shut up. Shade, right? Fuck, sorry, it's so hard to, like, keep myself together.
The writing is so good!
It's so good, I can't take it. Shade, right?
I stammer.
I'm... Vince Sasuke, got it.
She sighs. Oh, of course you're here! Montague groans. Right when I thought I had enough. Right, my mistake. Right when I thought you had enough.
Die.
Shade says. Likewise. Montague snaps.
Hey, why can't we all just get along?
I try to say, but... Brrr! Oh, why does the bell have to be so goddamn loud? Jebediah shouts. Anyway, go to lunch, you little shits. That is the end
That was a big
of
chapter.
chapter 6. It was a good one.
Wow.
We got to see what I'm assuming to be the core, cast of characters interacting. We're definitely seeing, the friendship between William and Vince. You know, we kind of see more of it. How he's willing to stick up, and he gets really angry when he does get when Vince gets bullied. You know, it's kind of cool to see that. I think.
Yeah, it's great that he has such a good friend.
Yeah, Montague definitely setting up to be sort of the Bakugo thing here. The bully type. Also as a bit of a rival to Vince as well, with the same ultimate goal of becoming the world's #1 hero. And we do get to see a bit of Shade interjecting to kind of break up the fights from happening. Because William is gonna fight. Vince was too soft-spoken to be able to stop a fight, so Shade being there to ground everything definitely is good to see, you know.
It's also clearly setting her up as the love interest, which is, I think, interesting, as she clearly contrasts Vince's personality.
Yeah,
very well.
Opposites attract and whatnot. Interesting to see where that goes. If it does go anywhere, it could just be like a thing of, starting out as a crush, but then just kind of settling for friends. You never know.
Yeah.
Something, I think it's more interesting when a series does that. Like, I feel like it's more realistic, because not all the time will you just have someone that you have a crush on, and then that just kind of works out, It's kind of cool to just, have something start out as a crush, and then it just kind of develops into just a general respect for that person,
Yeah. I have to agree.
I think that'll be a interesting way, if that does go that way, We are kind of running up. We have about 5 minutes left, so I think that is kind of a good place to stop. We're generally about a third of the way there, I'd say, almost half. Actually, we're 2 chapters away from half.
This just means we have more things to do next time.
We'll keep reading this because I know I don't even need to read the comments. I know you guys absolutely adore this series. If you want to read it for yourself, if you don't want to wait for it to just be me and Miz again, this is by Fiction Friends, spelt capital F1 CTION _ capital FRI3 NDS. And it is called My Path to Becoming the World's #1 Hero, a My Hero fanfic. If you want to read it for yourself, there are currently 16 chapters. Chapter 16 is labeled as a season 1 finale. It hasn't been updated in a while. Hopefully they do get back to working on it, because I personally love the series and I would love to see it continue.
I just really need to see more of this cast's hijinks,
Oh yeah, for sure.
But I mean, it'd be hard to read this without my amazing voice for the main character, so I understand if you'd want to wait.
Oh yeah, and if you want to do readings with your own friends, I highly recommend that. That's always a fun time. We often read together and call. So whenever it's me and Ms. Left alone for the podcast, you can expect this to be a little bit of a series. We'll definitely read this out, and then if we have enough people in the comments on YouTube or wherever, we might take suggestions. That could be cool.
Yeah, I think that our fanfiction readings are gonna be a big hit.
I got this feeling in my gut. The sort of commentary that we bring to it, and of course the voice acting is phenomenal. The delivery is on point as always. I definitely think there's value here, and I do think that it'll be a fun little side series of Those People podcast.
Yeah.
So if you do enjoy this, leave a comment telling us that you do. Who's your favorite character? We'll do a little bit of a Q&A, right? Tell us who your favorite character is, and if you have any future Wattpad suggestions, you can go ahead and drop that too. We're very excited hearing from you guys. And as for the general podcast, all the people's links are in the description. Spotify and YouTube links are on each other's wherever you find that at. We also have Redbubble shop where you can get our stickers or the little logo. Also in the description somewhere. And that's about it. So thank you all for joining us on this wonderful episode of the podcast. Ms., any closing thoughts?
You guys should read this.
You
guys should go to Fiction Friends and read every one of their stories.
Oh yeah, they have a couple of other stories. A lot are not very long, but I do think they are all worth reading. Every single one.
every single one.
Every single one. Every single one. Okay. Thank you all. We will see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.